Satnam, I'm Nirvair, and welcome to March. It's springtime. We have the equinox on the 21st this year, and what a wonderful time it is. It's the time when the days are getting longer, and the days are getting warmer, and everything is beginning to bloom. You start to see buds on the trees, and the grass comes up, and the spring flowers come. It's just the most wonderful time of year. It's also a really stressful time of year. It's interesting because when studies are done, they find out that actually in that transition from winter to spring is when people tend to get depressed. It's because they've used all their strategies to basically make it through the dark and cold days of the winter. And then, just like nature shifts, you have to shift too, and you have to let go of those strategies and allow yourself to bloom forward. Yogi Bhajan really talked a lot about the idea of vitality and stress as a pair, literally as a pair of opposites. His definition of stress, which he talked about in a class one time, is that stress is a state of mind where your imagination tells you what to do and where your inner vitality doesn't know what to do, and you end up depressed. And so depression is something that happens. You know, you think that perhaps that the springtime would release everything from the winter, but you have to actually do it in a very conscious way. Of course, Patanjali's definition of a yogi is a yogi is a person that controls the waves of the mind. So the idea of stress being a mental state, of course there's lots of other factors too, is a very interesting thing to consider. And it can come in and come out in all kinds of different ways. So if you find yourself a little bit depressed this spring, think about boosting up your inner vitality. And so what we're going to do this month is something from the Vitality and Stress Level 2 teacher training course, which actually we're teaching this summer in Espanola. And so anytime your allostatic load happens, then you should pet a cat. But there's a cat here if you haven't seen it. Actually there's a lot of little strategies you can do, to kind of put yourself together with baling wire and duct tape, which is the Alaskan way of putting things together when things aren't working well. But really, what you need to do is increase your level of inner vitality. And Yogi Bhajan has some great techniques. As I said, this particular technique, which is only for 11 minutes, but you can do it just for 3 minutes, is for essentially regulating the whole body. It brings yourself into balance and regulation. And so if you're a little bit out of rhythm, this is something that will help you put yourself back into rhythm so that you can make this transition from wintertime to springtime. Interestingly enough, there's a couple elements to it. It uses a mudra, and this is a mudra like this, where you're placing the thumb on the base of the Mercury hand, on the base of the Mercury finger, the little finger. He actually taught this so that you can do it with the other fingers as well. This is for regulation and for rhythm, which we're going to do today. If you go underneath the Sun finger, it's for disease and for energy, basically. If you go underneath the Saturn finger, the tall finger, then that is for for ecstasy, and purity. And then he has you switch a little bit so that you have the index finger sticking up, the other fingers closed down with the thumb on the side of the Jupiter finger for wisdom. So what you do, and he's taught this in many different kriyas, different ways, is we're going to place the thumb right here on the mound of the little finger, the Mercury finger, and then make a fist. And that would be true with the other mudras as well, except for the Jupiter finger one. But this is the one that we're going to do today. So you're going to close and make your hands into a fist. And then we're going to do some long, slow, deep breathing through the nose. but he called this cobra breath through the nose, which in other yoga systems it's called glottal breathing or ujjayi breathing, where usually we do long, slow, deep breathing in Kundalini yoga as taught by Yogi Bhajan silently. But in this case, you make a little noise by constricting your throat and allowing the air to rush over the glottis. So it sounds like this. It's a great, I actually like the breath a lot because it's very self-involving. It's almost like you're, using a snorkel. You know how that is if you've ever done that, doing some work in the ocean or playing in the ocean. You end up really meditating on your own breath. Okay, so the hand's going to be in the mudra with the thumb right on the mound of the Mercury finger, hand in the fist. And the range of motion is going to be 18 inches. That's important. Here's about 12 inches. Here's about 18 inches. That's going to be the range of motion for the arms. And we're going to go in a backward circle with both arms, with the hand in the mudra, elbows straight, as you do that cobra breath through the nose. And we're going to be doing it in the rhythm to Tantric Hud. And so I'll play that. Of course, tune in mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo 3 times. And then I'll just show you how this sounds. And we'll do it for 3 minutes. If you can extend to 11 minutes and do it for the whole 40 days, it will actually really help this transition into spring. All right, so hands in the mudra. Sit up tall, eyes closed, focused at the brow point. And then right at the end, you're going to inhale and you're going to suspend the breath for about 8 seconds. And then you're going to exhale powerfully through the mouth, cannon fire. And you'll do that 3 times. 3 times to hold the breath in, and then 3 times cannon fire out. Hold the breath for about 8 seconds each time. So, and then end with the sunshine song. 3 minutes. We didn't do it for all 3 minutes. It's pretty strenuous, actually. If you don't have the Tantric Hod music, you can do it silently as long as you really get that slow, deep breath going. And one more thing, Yogi Bhajan, what he said was, just be healthy. So that then be happy and then be holy. If you're healthy, I survived my own stress from overworking and overserving because I am a yogi. My mind is very bright, self-controlled, and my soul and consciousness are very much with me. But I tell you, the physical body does interfere if you're not healthy. I know all the preventive exercises and herbs. I give this to you because they're effective, and so you know them and practice them and enjoy and prosper. So, increase your inner vitality this month so that you can handle that allostatic load stress. If you have the opportunity to be with us this summer with Jagat Guru and Sat City, Nirvair and myself for Vitality and Stress Level 2 in Espanola, come on, we'll have a lot of fun. So, I'll be doing this with you. Sat Nam.